That high. Fucking Stream Deck. Gotta love it. Yeah, welcome.
Put the fucking stream up.
Would help if you put the stream up, Sean, so you can see if we're broadcasting on that.
Be great if...
Welcome to episode 336 of the UK Vape Show, the UK's #1 show to do with vaping, broadcasting from the UK. As you can see, Adam's not with us. It's his birthday today, so he's probably out getting drunk with the family and stuff.
I bet he's not. I bet he's in his little camper van somewhere.
He's camping.
This bus is rocking, don't come and knocking.
Yeah. He's going to be some lay-by.
He made some lay-by somewhere.
With one of them funny cat masks on.
What, with a ball in his mouth?
Yeah.
That brings only a meaning to his dogging, doesn't it?
So who we pick on first? We'll pick an Aiden.
Yeah, but mine's dead easy because all my stuff, all my tanks are all in a great big tub, and Louise is like ultrasonic cleaning everything.
Oh,
so
it's cleaning day.
This is going to be so easy. I'm on the new Pastito Mini.
Oh, the new Pastito.
From Samoan, which this is, I think I've read it about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Absolutely brilliant, this. I really do like it. So I'm in that with my normal pucker juice. That's all I'm on. Oh, wait there. And I found when I was cleaning up this monstrosity.
Oh, that's one of the films.
Yeah, and it's one of them that was done by, you know, like it vibrates.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's that one that
I don't know if you'll be able to hear it.
It catches your teeth every now and again. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's what a stupid idea. But I thought I might as well use that.
And that was short and sweet from Aiden on to Mr. Sean.
On the same as I was last week. Drag X Pro. Bribery. And I am also on the Pandemic Edition Clutch with the Pandemic RDA on top. And in there I have got some lemon meringue.
Yay!
and I'm on the I can't remember the V
V1.
class, the V class with also some Ribery in.
They've just released the Drag 4, haven't they?
I think they have, yep.
Drag 4.
Drag 4, and they've got a new pod kit out as well that I'll get my hands on that I'm reviewing in next week or something like that. So that was grizz. We're all short and sweet today with the buffet. So usual Yee setups, the SL2 with the blotto sitting on top with you can probably tell by the colour of the liquid, I don't have black vine in this. I've got some more of that rather lovely, what's the name of that? The Cassiandora
Cassian Dora
Yeah,
cream.
Carsadians.
Kardashian, you used to call it.
Yeah, Kardashian cream.
Kardashian cream.
So
Oh, try it.
G-Class V2, and the paintwork's still holding up like that, not scratch, like that. Like that.
He's going to do that for the next 30 episodes, isn't he?
You're fucking right, I am. Fucking right, I am. And I fucking told Yee I'm going to be doing it right on the fucking screen to see if the paintwork holds up. I think it was just a dodgy first batch they sent me. Eclipse Jewel on top with some peach custard.
There'll be
of course.
50 of the viewers. There'll be 50 of the viewers that have had issues with the paintwork. That can't get all the SX Mini. That can't get a replacement set. Getting ready to click the dislike button here.
So use your mouth to long. I need to fill the tank up because this is basically empty. The VS Dual on the Brunhild, and I've got, it's not American flu cured, it's Nicotiana Rustica Wild Tobacco. From the fine folks at Simply Leaf, it's a wild tobacco naturally extracted. It's got a kind of... Anyone tried Old Holborn? If you done roll your own? Old Holborn? Nah. It was a very, very...
I played Texas Hold'em.
It was a very, very dark roll-your-own tobacco. It was like Old Holborn and Golden Virginia. This was back in the 90s when drum didn't exist.
Oh, you're on about Old Oban? Yeah, it were horrible as well, wasn't it?
It's got this... There was some kind of fruity taste to the background of Old Holborn.
Yeah.
I'm getting it with this. It's a lot like Old Holborn, that kind of slight fruitiness at the back.
It were quite a dark tobacco as well, wasn't it, Old
Very
Oban?
dark tobacco, Old Holborn. Very dark. And that's it. So yeah, see you all next week. Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful show.
It's been wonderful.
So I'm going to
So
see
nice
this
to
now,
see everyone.
but for the very beginning here. UK Vapor Expo, as we all know, is on the 12th, 13th and 14th or something like that. It's the second weekend of May because the first weekend of May, old Chucky gets a crown shoved in his head. So they couldn't have it on the first weekend of May. If you are taking the train, the West Coast, the West Coast Avanti train, down to Birmingham International, I would book it as early as possible because I'm looking at the Avanti train lineup right now, and a lot of the time slots are still unavailable, which means they're probably fully booked. There is five different events going on at the NEC the same time that we're on for the UK Vapor Expo. So the trains are going... Oh, fuck, just knock your mic over, Vic. The trains are going to be packed. Book it now if you're going to take the train.
Is there any singers on? Because last time on the Pet Shop Boys and
there's a dentistry thing going on, and a home... it's like a dentistry thing, a home improvement thing.
Craft fair thing.
Craft fairs and stuff, yep. So it's going to be rather busy at the NEC.
What year were it when they had that Sexpo thing?
Oh yeah, that ended up getting cancelled.
Did it?
Yeah, that ended up getting cancelled. I think that was October 2018, I think.
Yeah, they were going to be like a Sexpo, weren't they?
I noticed how Vic knew it got cancelled.
Where do you think you were going to get his VG from? All that lube. Yeah, that's the only... I don't know what rooms are like at the minute. Obviously, we booked ours, didn't we, last year?
The same, I booked mine last year.
Yeah, so I don't know
in
what
fact,
the
I
rooms
think
are
we
like.
booked it a couple of weeks after we came back from fucking October.
Like I said, I don't know what the rooms are like.
I mean, some of you might be thinking, oh, it's a bit early talking about it now. You're only halfway through February. Trust me, March and April are going to fucking fly past. They normally fucking do. They normally do. If you haven't booked your train, book it now, because you might end up being too late.
I must admit, you see, it's a bit early to talk about it. I'm getting quite excited now.
So am I.
I have to admit, I'm getting quite excited. Because I think it's going to be a good giggle. It was obviously me and Aidan went down for the day in October, and it is not the same just going for a day.
Nah.
It is not the same at all. We were sat there at the end of the day, getting ready to jump in the van, thinking, should we just go back to the hotel, book a room, and have a drink
and make love?
Yeah, make sweet love in the moonlight.
That's how it sounded like you. But in the end, we just went and had a meal.
Yeah.
I was nodding off.
It's just the same. And then we made love.
We made love with a burger. we actually went to about 6 or 7 restaurants to try and get in, but we couldn't get in, could we, anywhere? And then there was just this burger place, and you had to order by your app, didn't you?
Well, yeah.
Mr. Fast Fingers here, he'd already ordered, got his beer, and a lot. I'm still going, do I want chips with this? Do I? So he's like halfway took it into his burger, and I'm just getting mine. I ordered an extra pate as well, and I didn't really need it because I couldn't eat all the burger.
And I was pissed off because Mr. Fast Fingers here didn't realise you could order fucking extra patties.
Oh, fuck.
I'd have had 5.
He were a bit faster going home than he was getting there. We did about 45 mile an hour all the way there, talking.
Yeah.
We knew it was bad when somebody passed us in one of the mobility scooters.
We weren't just talking, Aidan. We were bonding.
We were bonding.
We were bonding.
You were getting to know each other on the journey to Brum. Yeah.
Yeah.
I told him a couple of times that's not where the gear stick is. And can you warm your hands up next time? But no, it's like you said, it's not the same going down one day.
It's not.
No.
It's not.
It's not the same.
You're
We're going down on the Thursday.
Because you're basically rushing 3 days worth of exploring into like 6 hours. It doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Shout out for Cyprus. I'm probably going to absolutely do this name. Chris Conticola.
Conticola. No,
Contonicola.
Contonicola. You were close.
It might be Chola. Could be Chola.
Thank God it wasn't Brian Epstein on the podcast. That was terrible, that. Yeah, we're going down on the Thursday, and we're not leaving this time until the Monday, which I'm really looking forward to, so we can chill out on that Sunday.
That's what I do.
Love it. I love it, mate. You keep saying it every time. Every time now. I've already said yes, mate. It's fine.
I'm just going to keep making sure until that day.
He's going to keep reminding you, Sean. That's what he's going to do.
We're not leaving until the Monday. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because, like I said, it's Friday night. It's the award ceremony. Saturday night we're going out for. I think we're going for a steak or something, aren't we? Or something.
Yeah.
And then obviously Sunday.
So we're doing the same thing we done last May. We're going to out to Brum to one of the big restaurant places.
I haven't got a clue, mate. There's a steak restaurant that Jane is on about booking, I think. So
All I want to know is,
a
did they
big
have a
crack with it.
karaoke there?
No.
Oh, fuck.
There's also not 6 flights of stairs to get your dinner either.
No, that was terrible. That was horrendous. Honestly, the worst thing. I mean, the first year we went, we booked that room. We booked that room, and it was upstairs next to the food. It was like right. So you were in this little private room, the karaoke on the wall and all that kind of thing, big telly, microphones, the lot. And you just walked out of the door straight onto the buffet. This time, we were downstairs in the basement. In fact, I think we were in like Umbrella's lab off Resident Evil because it was that deep. Do you know what I mean? Like we were right down, and you had to walk up the stairs and into the actual restaurant to get food.
You see, what I would have done was I would have got a line going. So I'd have had like Nick Passett at the top, passing down spring rolls down to Jenny, and everybody, right, what do you want? Do you want some egg fried rice? There you go.
I think
got a line of food working.
I think there was talk of just going up there and do you know the trays that have the food in?
Just bringing the tray down.
Just bringing the trays down of things that people definitely liked and just brought them down. But,
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine them coming back to Buffy just to reload it up again? Come downstairs and you lot have got like all the spare ribs and all.
The worst thing was, right, we never seen any staff all the time we were there. You had to go and help yourself to like drinks, all that kind of thing, go upstairs, you had to walk all the way up the top of the stairs. And then the worst thing was is to try to like add on this charge. And it wasn't like your usual like tip. Do you know, like sometimes they'll put a tip at the bottom.
Yeah.
That gets added on automatically on the till. It was like a service charge, which they never told us about before we went. And then I thought to myself, you fucking having a laugh, aren't you? I've lost about 3 stone going upstairs to get me gear. Do you know what I mean?
And there's no fucking
livid.
It was quite a lot of money as well, wasn't it? They wanted.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap. It was per head, wasn't it? So I don't think, I can't remember. Jenny would be able to tell you better because she organised the booking of it and that. I think it was, you paid per head, but I don't think it was like a charge for the room itself. If there was a certain amount of people there, definitely getting food, you could have the room. So it was just the same price as what you would have paid for to go just to eat round the table.
Since we're talking about Expo, we've done a poll about this before, and there was a massive amount of people that said they weren't going in May.
There was also a massive amount of people that said maybe.
Maybe. Let's see if attitudes have... I want to do a poll because I love doing polls, because...
We'll leave that right
I'm
there.
simple.
I know, I was thinking
Fuck off.
Me and Aidan were going to go there, mate.
That's going to be my job next week.
That wasn't just to walk around the factory, was it? Vic were meeting up.
Yeah, that was it. Jenny's just said there, gave them an estimate on heads and had to pay per head on the day.
Are you going? No, type it right, Vic. You.
The thing with stuff like that is they're making a shitload of money, aren't they? From it with beer and the food.
Ask. Ding! There we go.
Just put my.
If you want it to move, then you have to obviously press it. Ooh, that's a big one, isn't it?
39 votes already. Still people say maybe.
64% at the minute, no. 20.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're still a couple of months out, so there might be some people that haven't made their minds up yet. And you open the window, it's like a fucking sun.
I think it's the next one on what we had now. We've had 2, so hopefully again there's going to be some more bigger vendors there.
I mean, what I have been happy to see is obviously we mentioned this after October about the Home Zone being an absolutely brilliant addition to the Expo, and we were hoping that it was going to get made bigger. And obviously they've just updated the map, the floor plan, and it is a lot bigger. Still a bit too close to the stage, but
do you want water?
No, still a bit too close to the stage, I think. But you don't know until you get there. It might be further away than you think. I don't know, but yeah, it looks a lot bigger, So that's where I'll be, I think, most of the time.
It's the big boom boom music I hate.
You sound like an old man. It's just noise.
Whoever mixed it last time, they got too much bass, and I was sat across from it. And I was vibrating. I'm like, whoa.
You loved it, really, don't you? Talk shit.
Yeah, but they wanted to throw me out when I got my ball sack on side at settee. It's not good. It's not what you want in your life.
That doesn't feel like leather.
Yeah, Jane, give your credit card to someone that will not give you it back. Yeah, Death Wish is next to Jane. Jane's going to be
right
skint.
next door. I've noticed that Death Wish have got 2 stalls in there. They've got one either end.
Yeah, they're a well-known company.
Side.
They're a well-known.
I wonder if that's just in case they need to move away from Jane. They've probably put a dummy one there just next to Jane.
Cerebral Palsy Vape, it's going to be our first time. Make sure you if whoever goes there, make sure you do come and say hello to us.
Yeah.
We normally we'll probably all be where the home zone is. So please come and say hello. It's always nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
No doubt we'll be doing an Expo special episode probably a couple of weeks before Expo. So we're talking like it'll be the last week of April. because the first week of May is when Chucky's getting his fucking crown shoved in his head, so it'll be the last week of April. We'll do the Expo special for the people that have never been to Expo before, just to know what to expect, that kind of thing.
I'll tell you what wasn't there last time was the smell.
Yeah, that,
like when you walked in,
wave of vapour.
Yeah, you didn't have it.
Wasn't
There
there?
was no big clouds. It was all like everyone was vaping disposables, weren't they?
Yeah,
Disposable.
Do you know what I mean?
Pods.
So there's no big massive clouds.
didn't have that smell. I had a quick walk around with you, didn't I? Darth Vapor were there and a few others. I had a quick walk round with you, and then I ended up just sitting down. Because there was nothing there really for what I were interested in.
Yeah. Still fun though. It's one of them things where it's still fun to go. If you're into the community side of things.
It's all about the social side.
Yeah, us all meeting up and having a giggle. Usually a messy giggle.
I'll be good this time.
Yeah.
I always said that.
I must take a corkscrew.
Yeah. Randomly wandering up to it's got no glass in it, this. Right, I really wanted to know that.
It looked like something out of some medieval jail, didn't it?
I'm not going to be as tired this time either because I'm going to be able to sleep. Because obviously Paul wasn't very well. It turned out that he actually had COVID.
Yeah.
And he wasn't very well at all. And he doesn't like eating pot noodles at 1 o'clock in the morning. Want to be all right,
He
sure.
didn't like it at all. He didn't like it at all, did he? Bless him.
No. So he was trying to get sleep. He didn't. So I was like, right, I'll leave you alone because I snore as well. So I left him to sleep, and I was nodding off before we went to the award.
What the fuck is that smell?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah. It's a pot noodle. Do you want one? You have fucking hell. Sat there trying to eat me pot noodle. We were out making the noise on the bed on my own. I went outside and sat under the tree instead.
That's
I
why I
like
had
Paul.
the
He gave me a load of his chips that first night.
And COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, he had his COVID hands digged right into them and everything.
The best thing about that as well is we had a great big conversation about what the difference between fish and chips in
fish supper.
England. Yeah, they call it a supper. Where we order everything like separately, they just go, I want a sausage supper.
Yeah, supper.
And then he didn't realise how many chips were going to come.
There was a fucking lot of fucking chips.
Yeah, that's
There was
because
a
you
lot
ordered
of
chips.
chips. Canary, the best place to get the tickets is the Expo website because other third parties usually bump the price up.
And also, at the minute, is it still February? I'm
I think they
terrible
still
with
get that
dates.
deal going.
Yeah, what they're doing is, so if you sign up for your tickets anytime during February, I think the £5 a ticket, I don't know if it's for the per day, might be £5 per day, but once you've bought them, if you buy them this month, you get them free for every year after that.
That's brilliant, that.
They're free all the time.
Because I think they're starting to make a lot of money from the actual stall rentals instead. They don't really need to bump the ticket price up that much anymore.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
idea.
Do they still do the VIP? Because they used to do VIP, didn't they? So people could come on the Friday and be a part of the business to business day. And also they got a T-shirt and some bits, didn't they?
Didn't they scrap that in October?
Did they?
Oh,
I thought they scrapped the VIP thing.
And they used to have a VIP area where you could just chill out and it were quiet.
So basically that means that people who show up on Friday, it's not your general basic punter. It's going to be like fucking reviewers and live casters and all that kind of stuff because they scrapped the VIP system.
Yeah,
I can't 100% remember if they scrapped it or whether there was just no VIP area. I can't remember. I know when we got the press passes in May, they had VIP written on them, but there was nothing there for VIPs. Do you understand what I mean? It was nothing like there was no like VIP area or out like that.
They used to have that, didn't they? And then they all got a T-shirt, and then they got some other extra goodies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I am looking for it. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a nice.
It's going to be class.
Holiday. Especially since we're leaving on the Monday.
I completely forgot I had a game running in the background. I've just closed it.
You had a what?
I had a game.
Yeah, all's the
running
Oh,
in the background.
game!
What did you think I said?
I thought you said that it don't matter.
all they've all heard for the last 15 minutes is.
Completely forgot that was fucking running. I just shut it down.
Well, Vic, you've actually been busy this week, haven't you, Vic?
Fuck, is it half? Fuck it, it's 5:30. Yes, I have. I don't have a clue what was
But I
doing.
bet he hasn't been busy putting sharing on.
Oh, it's on.
Is it?
Well done, Vic.
Oh. Well done.
Yeah, so Vic, I don't know if anyone's been watching a certain Amazon Prime show with Jeremy Clarkson.
Oh,
God.
that was brilliant.
Yeah, well, obviously Jeremy Clarkson does the farm, but you never ever see. Obviously, there's bales of hay everywhere, all over the place, and you never ever see who moves that hay about. Well, you do now. There he is. So yeah, Vic was on. Vic was on the Diddley Squat farm this last week with Jeremy and Caleb.
And I'm not being funny, that is normally where he wears his trousers as well, if I'm honest.
He was charged with moving the hay from field to field. He was very tired, Vic, weren't you, Vic?
Yeah, look at the state of me.
Wandering from field to field with bales of hay. Smashing it. He also birthed a couple of cows. them ones that you didn't see get born. He birthed them. Did really well, all by himself. And he didn't even roll his sleeves up and wore the jumper the next day as well. That's where he was. Thank you to Jenny for going and finding that, following him around.
I don't know if anybody has actually seen that Clarkson's farm. It is so funny. And I really hope they do a third one.
Well, he's confirmed it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's confirmed. Jeremy's confirmed it, but you never know with all this stuff that's going on.
He had all that trouble, didn't he, with Harry and Meghan?
Yeah, he did.
The thing with that is, he's just put his point of view. I don't think he actually said anything bad, did he, really?
I have no idea. I don't even know what he said, to be brutally honest.
It was Clarkson being Clarkson. He does it all the time.
Yeah, I don't think he said absolutely loads bad. But
I will be back in a quick second. Brilliant. I'll be back in a sec.
And I'll tell you what, it just shows as well how hard it is for people who are farmers.
That is. I mean, I remember when I was watching the first season, and when Clarkson started, how much money farmers actually lose. They lose a fucking shitload of cash.
Well, at the time, obviously, they were still getting the grant from the EU,
yeah.
which subsidised them, made it worth the while. Where obviously, when he's leaving the EU, he didn't get that. But
yeah,
the government had been so sketchy with what they're actually going to give him. They didn't know. Started farming, they didn't know what the best thing to actually farm to make any money. And there's no money in lambs, there's no money in cows, really.
Yeah.
And he had loads of trouble as well with badgers, like with TB.
That's right, yep. And it's not as if you can run up and shoot the little fuckers because they're protected.
They're protected, yeah. And they're nasty little things as well, aren't they?
Oh, they are.
Another thing as well, while Sean's not here, he's obviously getting ready for the Monday because they're not leaving until the Monday. Your mate's left, hasn't she?
What? Oh, little Nikki.
Yeah, she's...
Bye, Nikki. We're not going to fucking miss you.
Apparently, if the first resignation doesn't work, she's going to do another resignation. She's going to go for a second one. I woke up to it, I'm thinking, and I watched her do the interview, and I still can't work out why she's actually leaving.
I know exactly why she's going, because she's under far too much pressure with all the stupid rules she's been trying to push through over the past year. It's her own party that's pushed her out. They don't want to admit it, but it's her own party that's pushed her out. That's basically what's happened.
Yeah,
I'm really worried at the moment being sat on this subject with Vic. Because I know what's going to happen here. We're going to be here till 3 o'clock in the morning. Vic smashing right off.
I'm just glad she's fucking gone, to be honest. I'm glad she's gone.
I noticed. I seen something you'd posted on. You must have went into overdrive.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday, I seen something you'd posted on one of the things, and it was just clear. And I read it in your ranty voice.
Is she actually married?
Yeah, she's married. She's
She
married
ain't got
to
any
the
children, though, has she?
Yeah, she's no kids, but she's married to the chairman of the SNP.
Yeah.
So she's the first minister and he's the chairman. There's a bit of family ties right there for you.
It is, yeah. Do they allow him to bring his blind dog in? Jesus, can you imagine waking up with hair in the morning? I'm not the most beautifulest man in the world, but God. She'd proper put me off.
I tell you what is a good thing to mention. I've you will have noticed about Elf Bar getting pulled out of all the shops and stuff.
Oh, there's a lot more places that are now starting to clamp down on those bar things being sold. I'll be noticing it happening. Yep.
I mean, do you think they're really starting to close the doors on disposables?
They don't want the hassle from trading standards, because I was chatting to a couple of... It's no secret that trading standards, a couple of the local trading standards guys that covers Ayrshire and central Glasgow, they pop up to my office. That's about once or twice every season. They don't pop up regular, but they were saying that Scotland is going to follow what England's been doing with trading standards clamping down on these disposables. They're not really targeting the supermarkets. I don't know why the supermarkets are panicking, but they are targeting corner shops, petrol stations, just little marketplaces, and you've seen it all over Facebook. Fucking tons of this stuff.
So they should do. That's where where we're going to stop this from happening, and we say week in, week out, until they leave it to the actual vape shops to be able to sell these and stop them being sold in petrol stations, like I said, and including places like Asda and things like that. We won't stop it.
But I mean, they said to me that they weren't going to check up in supermarkets, but I think the supermarkets are just saying, nah, fuck the disposables, we don't want the hassle anymore. So they're just stopping it. They're stopping it.
Well, again, two of Daniel's friends, right? Now, Daniel will be 14 in July. The parents of two of them have bought them proper vape devices.
The parents?
The parents.
Actually, that happens up here a lot as well, coming to think of it. Yeah.
Parents, but the thing is, they didn't smoke before.
They probably just gave in to the kids constantly harassing them to buy them one. That's what it comes down to.
And the thing is, Daniel came to us. He says, "Where does he get his batteries from?" I went, "Mate, don't come and ask me." I said, "I'm a reviewer." He said, "It's illegal for him to have this. He shouldn't be having it." Daniel, don't come and ask me.
Hey, Boxstar Friday, mate. Boxstar Friday.
Friday, yeah, 20% off.
Boxstar Friday.
Tell him little bro vapes. Yeah.
Actually, while you're on, order me a few 18650.
Whatever device, I didn't even ask what device is, but he wanted 21700s. I'm thinking, what's he got?
The hell's he got? There's not a lot of
Next
mods.
thing you know, his mates come round with a hammer of God.
Okay, it's got to be one of those little geek vape AIOs that takes a 21. If he got it from where did he get it from? A local vape shop?
From his mum. I don't know where they're going. And believe me, if they were asking any information, I'd be like, whoa,
fuck off,
fuck off. I'm having no to do with this.
Look it up
See,
on
Daniel
YouTube.
knows it. He knows it from Mark, and he knows it from me. You don't vape.
Look it up on YouTube. No, in fact, don't. You'll probably come across my videos. No, don't look it up on YouTube.
That's what I'm going to say. Tell me no vaping with Vic. UK's number one reviewer. That's who got me onto it. Can you imagine that? Little bro vapes. I watched his channel. Daniel! We come in, I went, do not ever ask me again. It's illegal for him to be vaping. But we've spoke about this again. Would you prefer him to be smoking, or would you prefer him to be vaping? It's a touchy thing.
See, when it comes down to that question, it's obvious you're going to say vaping, but you know you'd prefer it if they weren't doing either.
Doing either. I mean, at the end of the day, you know yourselves. we all did it when we were kids. We if we wanted to smoke, we got our hands on cigarettes. If we wanted to drink, we got our hands on drink.
Oh my
we would
God!
sneak down the park.
It was piss easy. It was piss easy for us to start smoking.
Bottle of 2020. Do you know what I mean?
God,
Do you know what? That's not actually called Mad Dog. It's Martin something.
I thought it was Mad Dog.
They used to just call it Mad Dog.
Yeah.
You used to call it, but it's Martin something, Dwar or something.
MD 2020 orange. That was my favourite. I love the fucking orange version. Fucking gorgeous.
That's what I'm saying. You know, they're going to do it, and the only thing that sometimes worries me is obviously they're getting it from, you know, friends. They don't actually know where they're getting it from as well. Do you know what I mean? It could be anything in it. You know, all this. You know, they've had the same thing happen in the US where they've been selling pods with THC cartridges, and it's been killing people. Yeah. You know, they're not particularly hard to take apart and fill up and all that kind of thing if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's the black market sort of side of it.
It's not right. It's 100% not right. This is why I can kind of see the side of, you know, if a parent's bought the kid a mod and monitoring it, that kind of thing, you know, then I'm not going to sit and judge. Do you understand what I mean? It's not my job to. It's wrong, and it is wrong. You know, you shouldn't be doing it, but I ain't going to sit in there.
Well, this kid, obviously I know the kid because he comes to the house. That's what mod he's got like. But he comes to the house and he doesn't smoke, or he didn't smoke before, and it's like a new thing that's come in. And this is the thing. I would imagine if he had been smoking, then yeah. If that's how he's going to get off of, because obviously the kids at that age, they do stop smoking things for him, you know, like patches. They let him have patches, they let him have gum. But yeah, if they're not smoking, I don't understand it.
It's the latest trendy thing to do. Simple as that.
You're about Mad Dog 2020. Can you remember Thunderbird as well?
Oh, I never liked that. It was like drinking petrol. Oh,
yeah, Thunderbird.
No.
That used to be a big seller.
No, never liked that. Somebody mentioned Buckfast. I don't like that either. It's fucking disgustingly sweet.
I've never had Buckfast.
It's like drinking sugar syrup. It's way too fucking sweet. It's way too sweet.
Why is it called Buckfast?
Because it's made in Buckfast Abbey.
Oh, I thought it was some other reason.
Change the B to an F. If you want to really get down and know about Buckfast, you need to speak to Village Vapor, because he knows that down to a T, that kid.
Or Pud, if you can find him.
Oh, Pud.
Was he drinking that the night he could fix balls?
He was, yeah. He did it on it. He did the fatal thing. Everybody does it like probably the first time they get there on a Thursday night at Expo at the Premier Inn. Because everybody's all happy meeting everybody. You find that a lot of people drink quite a lot on the Thursday. Well, look at you two. I turned up at 5, 6 o'clock, and you two were absolutely hammered.
Oh, I was out.
We were blitzed.
Because I made the fucking mistake of thinking, you know what? I'm going to try and keep up with Sean and pints. No. No.
The worst thing was, mate. The worst thing was I was already 2 pints ahead of you. Mate, I got there at fucking on the dot dinner time.
Because I was like, oh, it's
when the bar opened.
I was like, it's only lager we're drinking. It's not as if it's Guinness or something heavy.
So me and Paul McCartney didn't get there till late. So it's like probably about 5, 6 o'clock-ish. So I walked to the front entrance of it, and he's just sat there with his phone grinning.
Yeah, just fucking.
I went, are you all right? Yeah, I'm fine. I think I need some food. And then I come to him and he's bouncing around like fucking Whizbit. Bang, bang, hey, oh! Fucking brilliant. And I'm thinking, I've got to catch up.
You did, though.
I did, yeah. By the end of it, Thursday, I was, that's where the pot noodle.
I think that was the thing. I mean, this is the thing, like going on about, like talking about Expo too early and stuff like that. There are we have so many stories. Like, memorable moments that we've had when we've been there. Do you know what I mean? Like fucking class times. Do you know what I mean? I mean, there's loads of stories I've heard from before I started going to Expo, and I thought they were all kind of, you're talking shite. It's obviously not that good. Do you know what I mean? That kind of attitude. But then obviously I went and realised what it's actually fucking like, man. Us all getting round that fucking green outside the fucking hotel.
See, we all know my brother doesn't really drink. And one expo were brilliant. We used to bring Louise and Jan, both our wives. So they'd gone to bed, and me and Mark had stayed out having a beer with everybody. And it was, I think it was Nick's first expo. Stan were there, all lads were there. And we were there drinking till 5 in the morning on the Friday. So there's me and Mark's absolutely splooted. And you know them big, long alleyways that are in Premier Inn?
I've never heard that word.
He's absolutely splooted. And I'm telling you now, Mark bounced off every single wall all the way down at 5 o'clock in the morning, right? So I get into bed and Lou's like, God, it's 5. Where have you been? I said, I'm fine. So I get up at 10 o'clock, straight for my breakfast. No, my brother's not there. And now I'm way hungover, but I've got to get there. So I got to the expo, and my brother turns up at 2 o'clock.
Oh.
He drinks this orange juice drink, and then he spews up and went, I've got to go back. I've got to go back. So Mark's not allowed to drink with me anymore.
That's exactly what I was like on the Saturday morning after the Vape Round Awards last time. Because last May, Jay had to put me to bed. He had to more or less carry me to bed. Because anyone that the car park, right? You've got the car park of the it's not the car park. It's where the disabled parking bay is and the smoking area is for the thing. It's like lower down than the grass, and there's this tiny. I'm talking. It must be a foot. It must be a foot little embankment up onto the grass, and I was stood at the end of this. Fucking hill, where I thought was a fucking mountain, thinking I can't make it down the hill. Jay, there's a fucking foot high. And Jay's like, come on, son, you can do it. And then I got down and I did like a plie at the end.
The best about when they shouted at us as well, there were me, you, Mick, from Late Night Vape Show, and I were like sat on your gear stick. I had to move that to the side. I'm like over here because Mick's a big bloke. And we were sat in the front of your van for about, I don't know, a good 2 hours. Yeah.
Just sat there chilling. Yeah, Jay came and took a key off as he thought I was off out in the van. Because to be fair, I shouldn't have. I turned the engine on to fucking put the blowers on. So it was warming up. Because it was freezing outside. And
Master above the clouds. How are you doing above the clouds?
Turned the heaters on and fucking Jay come running in the van. He was like, give us them fucking keys. Where you fucking going? I said, I'm not going anywhere, mate. Please, I promise.
See, I can't do what you two do. Go out to fucking 3, 4 in the morning. Because if I did that, there'd be no fucking way I'd be waking up and going to the fucking expo the next day. I'd be out all day. Nope. I'd be gone.
That was the big issue on the Saturday. I was dying.
I've had good expos where I remember when I shared with Jay, I was like, I'm gonna get these vlogs out every night. So the Thursday night, I just had a couple of beers. The Friday night, a couple of beers. But then Saturday night, that was it. Village Vape, I didn't come out till 10 o'clock, and then Village Vape went, I've got you a bottle of vodka. So I drank the bottle of vodka, didn't I? Dropped the glass. I went, oh mate.
So it's not just me that breaks glass.
No.
At Expo.
I've had some brilliant nights. Absolutely brilliant nights. Just laughing.
Fucking brilliant, man.
But I've had some bad mornings when you've got to get back up and then you start walking back over to Expo and you think, I feel shocking.
The worst night for me, it would have been the first Vapor Round Award. Yeah, it was no, in fact it wasn't. It was the second Vapor Round Award. Oh, the next morning, oh no. I don't think I stumbled into the expo until about 11 o'clock. I was rough.
You on the Bombardier?
Oh yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was drinking. I was like, just give me it.
Well, it wasn't just the beer you were like that was it? It was also the dinners.
Yeah, just give me it.
he had 2 main courses. And I tell you what, that woman, she were horrible. And it nearly happened last awards as well.
It nearly happened last time as well with
the
starter.
Yeah. I'm sat there waiting for me starter and they missed me out. But the year before, me and Marcus sat there and I went, excuse me, you've not given me my starter. And she went, are you sure?
Like, are you lying?
You're only checking me mouth? Do I smell like I've had salmon? Do not answer it, love. Do not answer it.
Oh my god, that salmon was fucking amazing.
It was beautiful, yeah.
It was amazing. I don't even like salmon; it's fucking rank. But I liked it. I like that one.
Oh, the way they
Unreal.
cooked it was good.
I'll tell you what was good, and if you watch the vlog on it, is Flat Cap catching a potato.
Yeah.
You can tell he's a basketball player. So main course come out, and I lob a potato because he's like over the other side of it. I lob this potato, and Flat Cap goes like that, just catches it like Matrix. It was brilliant. Then put it in his mouth, but it were absolutely boilingly hot.
Yeah.
So then he ended up doing that sort of like Chinese talking. I come to kill you.
Damn.
Yeah, no, good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed
loads of good fucking stories.
Yeah, we better get the casters' questions up. I forgot all about that. Fuck.
I don't think there's actually that many there. So if ladies and gentlemen, if you still want to ask a question, I think you might have a chance just to maybe type
Pop a
one
question in, get yourself in the Facebook group, and I'll sit and make sure.
I tell you what were good as well last year. The music, the entertainment was really good.
They had that guy that was on Britain's Got Talent on, didn't he? Where he does the
Yeah.
It's all dark and it's all light up machines, and he makes music out of it.
And then they had that stand-up comedian. What was his name? And he just gave up halfway through, didn't
Yeah, no one was listening to him.
Nobody was listening to him.
Felt bad for him. And they had that Gordon Ramsay look like walking
They
around.
did. He's there every year, basically.
He's there every year.
He was brilliant, him.
I actually went up to a woman who thought, I can't remember it, Oprah Winfrey or something like that. I thought she was, and she wasn't. She was just a worker. Some random woman. That was the first year. I can't remember if it was Oprah Winfrey or it was somebody. I went, oh, you look just like her. But no, I'm working here.
Right.
Because there was Gordon Ramsay, and then they had another one who didn't. She was supposed to be Marilyn Monroe. She looked more like Diana Dawes.
Looked nothing like her. Yeah.
No. But he's quite nice as well. I think Trump was there one year. I got him to say yo, yo, yo.
That's right, it was. Was it 2019, I think? No, was it...
Yeah.
It was either October 2018 or
March
March 2019.
One of them.
One of them, yeah.
Well, obviously, it would have been one of them.
Cheers, Shrek.
I ended up in the kitchen at one point. I have no idea how that happened. I was trying to speak to me son and me missus on the phone, on video call. I couldn't hear them. It might have been that I couldn't understand them because I was wrecked, but I was trying to find somewhere quiet so I could hear them. And I'm just wandering around in the back corridors in this conference centre thing that the Vape Round Awards that. And then I just obviously I was concentrating on my phone. And I'm just, I can hear you now. And then I'm like, I turns around and there's like some head chef shouting at us saying, what the fuck you doing in here? I'm fucking stood in the kitchen while they're trying to dish up the mains.
So when you get took to these awards, they put a bus on for you. And they come in at so many different intervals, like every other half hour or something like that. So we all decided that they wanted to go on the last one. And I'm going, look, we need to go on the early one. And they're going, why? I says, because yeah, well, we know I wanted a beer. But no, it's I said, it's like the vol au vents and the entrees. They're absolutely gorgeous. So we got there, and obviously, we've been the last bus there. There are only a couple bits left, and everyone's going, you weren't absolutely up with this,
The food was phenomenal. Really was.
Yeah, it was. It was lovely.
That's a good night out, the Vape Round Awards. Good night out. Right, let's get these casters' questions. I'm going to leave casters' questions open. There's only 6 so far, so if you've got a little question, pop into the UK Vape Show group, and I'll keep the casters' questions refreshed until about 10:15, and we'll keep it from there. So where are we going to go first? We will go...
Oh, there's 7 in now.
No, we'll sort it by... No, not
just refresh. A little update on the poll as well, ladies and gentlemen. 20% of you, there's 121 votes. 20% are going, 69%, which is my favourite number, is not going, and 11% maybe.
Would be great to see some people there.
It would be.
Meet some people, say hello. But if you do go, like Aidan said before, make sure you come over Let us know who you are.
Yeah, don't walk up and say hi. Just say, hi, I'm insert name here from your screen name on the chat so we know who you're talking to. Don't go and say, hi, I'm David. I know like 17 Davids. It's like your screen name. Screen name. Thank you.
I always go back to the first expo that I went to, and a kid from America had come over, and he come up and he went, "Hi, I'm
Balls. Balls Sonic. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Balls. This is my mate Penis."
So, casters' questions. Here we go, people. Again, there's no Adam reading this out, so I don't have the professional announcement voice. You're just going to have to suffer this. Anyway, Ben Martin. How you doing, Ben? As there has been a floor plan released for the expo with the exhibitors, I haven't actually seen it yet. Who are you looking forward to seeing that are going, and who is missing from the list? I'm going to skip this because I haven't seen the floor plan yet.
Now, I know Sean has, and I haven't.
I've seen it. Like I said before, I'm looking forward to seeing Death Wish. I haven't really seen any that's missing that haven't been missing for a while, to be honest. But I think I looked at it a couple of days ago. I haven't looked at it today, so it might have updated since then. But I wasn't really looking for who was there. If I'm brutally honest,
I know that
for the first time, because you're better off not even bothering looking at that, which we found out in May last year.
Because it changes a lot.
Well, there was loads of like the mainstay companies going, and then they all dropped out last minute.
Yeah, they all jumped out.
Dropped like flies.
And I think that was something to do with, I think, was it the week after it was Paris?
No,
Or
Hall of
Madrid.
Vape.
Oh, cheers,
Hall of
Shrek.
Vape.
Shrek just sent me the floor plan.
It was Hall of Vape. It was Hall of Vape the week after, and then it was Dubai the week after that.
Yeah, the same thing's happening this time around.
Or vice versa, you know what I mean?
I think it was Red Claw that told me. I think the week after, the middle of May, Hall of Vape's on again.
Well, I
So
think Hall of Vape hadn't there was a rumor, like, don't quote me on this, it might not be 100% true, but I think Hall of Vape had dropped the prices as well.
They done it last year as well.
That's where I'm on about. I think last year in May they dropped the prices to kind of steal people from Vape Expo UK.
Okay, let's do this.
And people were shooting over there.
Because I'm seeing where the home zone is. That is way too... Mind you, it's not as close to the stage as I thought it would be. But let's do this, and just to give people a... This could change, but just to give people a rough idea of what the layout is.
Are you sharing it on Zoom? So we can see it?
Yeah, I'll do it in Zoom. I need to bring the main window in first. There we go.
Yeah, I was mainly looking for the home zone. That was what I was kind of keeping an eye on.
I did really enjoy that home zone, and it was lovely. And it was nice to see see what they've done on that.
The fuck have I done? All right.
I think it's a really good idea, so that it keeps the kind of hobbyist side of it alive in kind of a very disposable heavy industry at the moment. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do about that. That's what it is. It's a massively disposable heavy, and that's what an expo is about. It's about seeing an industry as it is at that present moment in time. And unfortunately, disposables are taking the cake at the moment.
Have I done this? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So there's the bit we're interested in. Right up there at the corner.
Yeah, the bar.
But look, Aidan, if you look, can I annotate? I can. Look, that's mine and your route.
There we go, we're in.
Straight through.
That's brilliant, that, isn't it?
There is, I mean, you get Vupu at the entrance, you've got Elux, which is a third partier, Smoor, who've got a fucking huge stall right in the middle, which is to be expected, Smock, Uwell. I mean, most of the big names are there, but again, as Sean said, this is going to change. It always does.
This was kind of the problem I had last time, because I looked at the floor plan very early, and there was loads of companies that I was really looking forward to going and seeing. There was a couple of companies went under before Expo happened last time. Yeah. And I obviously had to take the names out. There was also quite a few companies when we were there. You would go over to see them and they had really bad troubles getting delivery. Lost Vape was one of them. They kind of ordered the stuff to get brought over.
Fucking glasses on them.
They kind of ordered the stuff to get brought over to Expo. All the mods, the kits, the actual stand itself.
It
and
says
none of it
not
got
sharing,
delivered.
it's frozen.
Oh fuck! All right, hold on. I'll need to drag it in manually then.
I wonder if it'd be easy for me to share it.
Actually, you share it. Yeah,
Right, 2 seconds. I'll have
might
to
be
pull it
because
back
I'm
up.
broadcasting at the same time.
Right, give me a sec.
Bless me.
Because it works when I share the
And the news at 10.
I didn't know you wore glasses.
Oh, mate, I was blind as a bat at a minute.
Are you?
Yeah, I think it's to do with diabetes as well. It's
Oh, is
getting
it for
worse.
reading?
Yeah, I
Short
can't see a
right,
thing.
you're long-sighted. Right.
Yeah, I can see perfectly black miles away. That's fine. You see it. You know,
You're
folks see it.
long-sighted.
I can't see anything from here.
I'm the
Looking
opposite.
at coils nowadays is just I can't read them.
Oh, you get the same problem I've got, except I'm
Is
short-sighted.
that working?
Yeah, that works.
That's
Hold
better.
on.
I can see now.
Have you got to resize it or not?
Let's resize it first. I'll resize it in this side. There we go.
Upends is there. Kangatech, which they'll be back doing the disposables. Innokin's there, which is good.
Chemnovatic. There's Chemnovatic there, Vic.
Yeah, Chem Novatic, they're there every year.
I tell you what looks good as well is you can see all the yellow ones down at the bottom and at the top. They're normally like these little tiny vendor stores, aren't they?
That's where you pick up the good deals, the little tiny
Yeah.
vendors.
Is that Vapor Esso? Just only got a little
Got
tiny
Lost
stand.
Vape there as well.
Well, Vapor
Vape.
Esso, Vapor Esso are part of Smoor as well, so a lot of the Vapor Esso stuff's going to be in that big booth in the middle, Smoor.
Luftbar. Vapors TV, I thought they'd finished as well. Angsen.
But look, Vape TV's got 2 booths. Look at that.
Yeah.
They're
Got
rich.
Lost
Give us a
Vape on
job.
one of these little stores. They're on in more or less the same place as last time. But the only thing I will say is that I still think that this
Smart. You well.
this floor plan is still kind of sat with a lot of October's stalls in it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they're just updating it as, do you know what I mean?
They're
As
updating
and
it
when
as
they
they
get
go.
new names in and stuff. Because that was the problem when I first looked. I think it was about a month ago. The home zone was still exactly the same as the last time. It was like kind of, I don't know if you can see my mouse pointer on there. It was kind of cut down there, so
Yeah.
we had this square here. Whereas this time it's going all the way back to here. It was only a really small area in October.
Some Mr. Fats is asking where's Exceptional Vapes. Exceptional Vapes is in the home zone
Here.
this May. Yep, they're up there in the corner. I think I'm going to be looking after the booth. Well, not looking after, but like, you know, working their booth for a couple of hours on Saturday and Sunday. So hopefully, I
Hell,
won't
is it
bankrupt
getting
them.
that tight, Vic? Do you want me to save you some sausages at breakfast?
No, it's just to be there as a special appearance because they're selling my juice line and stuff.
Oh, I forgot about that.
This is what I was on about before as well. Deathwish Mods has got 2 stalls there. Got Deathwish Mods there, Deathwish Mods there.
So you've
I
got.
wonder, that's what I'm
coils.
thinking. I'm starting to think. I'm starting to wonder if either Jane has organised for a second Deathwish Mod stall to be right next to her.
Who's UBLO?
I haven't got a clue.
Wonder who
What
that
the
is.
70s band?
Yeah, is it not UB40 and ELO joined together? They're all doing that nowadays, aren't they? Steps and S Club 7 and all that kind of stuff. It must be UB40 and ELO.
UB40 and ELO were joining together.
There must be.
For UBLO?
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Aiden's all over that.
Sailing on the red wine.
But yeah, some of these stores. I mean, I tell you what we found last time as well in October. We went to one of these yellow stalls, didn't we, Aiden? And they had that. Do you know how Click Clack Elements brought the Click Clack out?
Oh yeah.
And they had this. Yeah, can you remember the Click Clack?
I remember the Glick Clacks. They were lovely.
Yeah. They had this one where
6
you
of them
flip
didn't work,
the
though.
top round. Did they not? They had this one where you could flip the top round. I'll stop sharing now anyway. Just thought. can stop sharing now, can't I?
Yeah. Hold on, I'll get to that extra window. There we go.
But yeah, they had them yellow stalls. Some of the stuff on there sometimes quite good. You know.
Yeah.
But again, it totally depends on what you're going for. If you're going there to kind of pick up mechs and hobbyist vape gear, you know, there will be some there, but not as much as there used to be.
Nowhere near as much as there used to be. Yeah, that's
Nowhere
true.
near. I mean, Evolution Vapor that used to be there, and that was their stall used to be epic.
And then there used to be Premier, Premier E-cigs.
Premier e-cigs, yeah.
They used to like have the older stuff that you could get really, really cheap. And the Sundays, going back to like the Sundays were brilliant because if you like held on till about 3 o'clock, people were trying to you pick RDAs up for a tenner that would normally have been about 40 quid, and it were good just to hold on.
Well, as Modus, in not last May but the May before, wait, it wasn't the May before, it was the May before COVID. Did this thing on the Sunday because they wanted to get rid of everything. So what you did was you put £20 down on the table, picked your mod. So you were going to get that, the maximum you were going to pay for that mod was 20 quid, right? And then you put your hand in a bag and you would pull out a piece of paper, and it would be a case of it could say on the piece of paper free or £5 or £10. Do you know what I mean? Or it could say free plus juice or free plus merchandise or all sorts. They did something like that on the Sunday as well.
Didn't Stevie work on it that year?
Steve, you?
Dillygaff.
I don't know.
I think it was Dillygaff and Chris.
Well, Chris had his own juice stand,
he had his
didn't he?
juice line out at the time, that's right.
Yeah. So you were on the other side. They had a lot of thieving that year.
That went on a lot during that year.
People were nicking out of bags, they were nicking off a stand. So again, if you are going to the expo, make sure you look after it.
Yeah, don't bring any expensive mods with you either. Just bring a cheap smart kit or something.
Yeah.
Mr. Fats, no, brother. I'm sharing. I'm not going with Paul this year. I'm going with Sean, so I should be fine. It'd be like Lady and the Tramp between me and him.
Yeah. We've already got that organised. We're gonna go to an Italian restaurant and have bolognese.
Yeah. I'm bringing the bollers. He's bringing the names.
Yeah. It's just a standard crack, that, isn't it? You always bring the bollocks, mate. There's pointless me bringing the bollocks. I've only got one.
Do you know what? I found your other one under here when we tied it up. When I spit it out, no, don't say that in.
So there we go, Ben. Good question.
Yeah.
But again, that floor plan, keep an eye on it at the beginning of every month because it's going to change a lot.
It will change a lot, and it always does.
So, Samantha Davidson, not so much a question, more of a statement. To all, this is your random well-being check. Oh, have you looked after yourself well? No. Drunk enough? No. Eaten well? Well, if you count steak bakes as eating well, I suppose I have. Slept long enough? Absolutely fucking not. Looking after
100%.
your body helps look after your mind. You're important, so look after yourself. More of a think about question than discussion this week. No, I haven't done any of the above.
Well,
Somebody says, obviously, I always get that thing about having a drink and stuff like that. And again, I got one of my messages the other day off of the same sort of person. I know exactly who it is. You have got a drink problem. I'm thinking, I've got no problem. I've got this down to a fucking T. I know exactly what I'm doing. It's no problem with it.
Have you ever seen the film Airplane?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? I've thought for years now I've suffered with a terrible drinking problem. And he goes like that, gets his glass and goes.
Fucking brilliant. But yeah, no, it is one of these things you got to make sure you have a good wellness check.
I mean, I've drank enough, ate enough, as always. I haven't slept enough because the last few days I haven't been very well. Infection after infection. I'm starting to get on top. I don't know if anyone can see my eyes. My eyes have cleared up a lot today. What were they like last night?
Oh, they were terrible.
Honestly. And yesterday morning, like I say, I put a post in my Zombies Ate My channel on the Discord, on the Misfits Discord, and put the picture of my eyes in, and I was like, "This is why I am being live." But yeah, it's hard when you're not very well to try and get some sleep. Like,
Yeah,
But
just let you know that's what he looked like, poor lad.
Yeah, that's
cool,
not
like,
good. Damn.
Yeah, they've cleared up. Honestly,
You know, so you look a bit like Lad Baby. I think it looks like that Lad Baby.
Yeah,
Well, you know he'll be releasing a single at Christmas. I love Canthal Coils.
Yeah, Zombies Ate Grizz.
How you doing, Mike? So, thanks, Samantha, but yeah, none of us have been doing anything above. None of us. Paul Doling, how you doing, Paul? Who's in chat? I think he's in chat.
Lovely bloke.
Now living in Chichester Posh End. I didn't know Chichester had a posh end. Simple question.
It's a lot posher than being under Bentley Bridge.
True. Simple question on books. Do you prefer Audible tablet or proper books? And what was the last book you read? Great show. Can see why you're still number one. I prefer Audible books. I'm going to say it right now. I prefer Audible books. Always have.
I call them poo books. Because that's where...
Winnie the Pooh?
No,
Winnie
just
the
poo
Pooh.
books, because that's where I read my books. So when I go for a poo...
Oh, right.
I have a book there, and I'll probably do a chapter on there. The last one I read...
Got loads of pictures in.
I think it was Frank Skinner's autobiography. That was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, he didn't get famous until I think he was about 38.
Yep.
Come from West Brom. It's Brummy.
Yeah, it was late on before he got famous. How you doing, Graham? I think the last book I read, can't remember the name of it, but it was one of the marine sea adventures from Wilbur Smith. So it was a fucking big ass book. Can't remember the name of the time, but it's been a fucking long time since I've read an actual novel. Long time.
I love the autobiography stuff, especially about gangsters. Lenny McLean. If anybody's never read Lenny McLean's autobiography, read that. Dots. You've got the Craze. You've got all them sort of people. I really like reading them.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, I used to love them fantasy ones. You know, like if you turn to page 64.
Yeah.
In this
you
room,
can choose.
and then
You can choose which door to go to, and it tells
Yeah.
you which to go to. Yeah, I loved them as well when I was a kid. Me, books. I don't really like reading books, to be brutally honest. I can read, funnily enough, but I don't like to read.
Funny
books.
enough.
kind of. I just can't be asked. I can't concentrate on something long enough. You know what I mean? I genuinely can't. The only book the last book that I read was when I was poorly and I had to get me bollock lopped off. That was when I went into hospital.
And we didn't expect you just like suddenly turn up to a Chinese and go, "Can you do well with this?"
Yeah, and curry it. And it was Lance Armstrong's biography,
Right.
because he went through the same thing. So testicular cancer. He went through that, and my auntie bought me the book to kind of read while I was scared about someone that was going through it at the same time, and how horrible it was. Fantastic.
Lance Armstrong, are we on about the one who went to the moon?
No.
Oh, that was Neil Armstrong.
Well,
That was
Neil
Neil
Armstrong.
Armstrong.
So
Lance Armstrong was the Tour de France cyclist.
Didn't he get done for bike fixing?
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea.
I don't think he did. I think he got done.
That was an interesting question, Paul. What book? So, Connor Smith, who's written a novel. So thanks, Connor. Glad to see you're all back. Hope you're doing all well. Yeah, we kind of are. Questions for all casters. Okay, here we go. Need to sit back and read this. Number one. Actually, I don't know what to put a one there for. There's no number two. One. One. There's no number 2, Connor. Where's number 2? Picture the scenario. Someone walks up to you in the street and randomly starts asking questions and picking your brain about rebuildables. They get onto the subject of RDAs and ask, what's your recommendation for an RDA, coils, cotton, and maybe juice to go with it? Bearing in mind they're currently using a stock coil sub-ohm tank kit from Smock. What's your guy's response? Additionally, this is part 2, but you never put a 2 there. Why didn't you put a 2 there? I'm being very picky today, have you noticed that? God forbid you're laying in bed trying to get some shut-eye. The fire alarms start going off. You've got a short period of time to grab some belongings, obviously the essentials, but what vape gear would you grab to tide you over whilst you get back on your feet? P.S. This is just a scenario. Hopefully no one will have to go through this. Yeah, exactly. Looking forward to your responses to those scenarios. Catch you all later in the show. Big love. So basically, random stranger walks up to you. They ask you for an RDA, a coil type, a cotton type, and juice. RDA's easy. Asgard Mini.
I'd have went the normal Asgard or the Valhalla.
Yeah.
If there was, again, you'd need to know what nick they're on. If they're in a stock coil, are they really wanting an RDA? While they wanted an RTA, they're just saying rebuildable. They're not saying that it has to be an RDA. So if they're going from tank, you really want to keep them like in the RTA or an RDTA.
I never thought of that because they are using a stock coil sub-ohm tank. So would it be recommended that they jump onto a dripper straight after using a smock kit? Although a lot of people did do that in the past.
Yeah. So again, it all depends what they're actually using in that, which obviously it's going to be somewhere around about the 3 or 6 into if it's normally with smock. Yeah.
3 milligram, 6 milligram. As for liquid, I'd just recommend one of mine's because I want to make money.
RTA. I tell you which. Was it the Destiny? Not Destiny. What was it called? Give me a D. I swear it is. It was a single coiler, and the airflow went up like that. Like sort of there, and then you sat the coil in. What was it called?
Oh fuck! I remember that one. Shit.
I think it was like somebody's design. I can't remember who made it.
I can't remember the name now either. I remember
that was really good. The flavour from that was really, really, really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're doing an RDA, the Tallow X for price.
Good little dripper that, and it's cheap.
And it is really, really good. The airflow is so smooth off that, and the flavour is really, really good. Juice wise, again, I'm more of a Nick Salt sort of man, but obviously it's got to be Rochford Project. Probably for me it'd be Jam Tart. Cotton, which I always bang up from Vape Fly, Cotton Clouds, absolutely brilliant. Just
for me, it's going to be Cotton Gods.
Mine's Cotton Gods as well. I haven't got a bag of it handy.
Like I said, I think this is like £4 something. And you've got, I think it's about 5 meters of it in there.
Oh yeah, it's a long run of cotton all coiled up inside that box.
And it's absolutely fantastic. And I love the fact that the less waste you're getting. Like with the ones that you've got, you're pulling it apart, aren't you? And
Yep. You're having to tease it apart. There's a lot of waste. There is.
Where you don't get that with this.
Michael Miggs said it was the Destiny.
Destiny.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was the Destiny.
Lord Badass has had a good shot with the Druger as well.
Druger. I didn't like the Druger too. And I tell you what as well with the Druger, it had like this little tiny gap about that big. And if you ever cut your coil legs or all that, please make sure that you give it a good old shake.
Right.
Because it was one of them where if it fell down in there, you're going to get obviously a short in there.
Yeah, because it came into contact with the top of the 510 pin in the base.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a gap in between it, and it would just make sure that you. And that is done by me actually doing it, and you could see. Thank God I checked it. because it were glowing up, and it
Yeah.
actually left a burnt mark.
Oh fuck, that's
It
not
left a
good.
burnt mark. But you imagine if you'd have put that on something, boom.
Yeah, if you put that on a mech, you'd be fucked.
Yeah,
You'd be royally fucked.
yeah. And these are the things when you're actually building, make sure you just give it a little shake. Make sure you've got no anything that you've clipped off your coil legs or all like that. Make sure that you do check that.
Yep. Oh, you've
So
got to
just
make
to
sure.
show you how it actually works. I know you're not all daft or all that, but it pulls out like
Yeah, just
that.
just
That's
a
3
long
mil.
run of cotton.
So and it's just brilliant.
It's good stuff. There's a lot of people that use that. There's a lot of people that use it. I'm a creature of habit. I just use cotton gods. I've been using it for years now.
Well, years and years you used Muji, didn't
Oh
you?
yeah, because Muji was dirt fucking cheap. Dirt
Yeah.
cheap. And it was really easy to use as well. You just strip it out of layers, cut it into a strip, shove it in your dripper and your coil, and you were done.
But again, just in case I ever run out, I've still got the box of Muji, just in case I need it. If I ever run out.
Yeah, the Muji stuff was good. Muji stuff was really good. So the second part of that question, basically, you're having to dash out, or you can save one mod, one tank, and one dripper essentially.
I know straight away what I would save.
It would be my.
Oh, he's a way to get. I bet he picks up a mech. I bet it's a mech.
Has he still got Christmas pants on?
I have
Oh, it's
It'll
the
be my-
hog.
the Stone Edition one. I would
Good bit
save
of get that.
all
Good bit
day
of get.
long.
For me, it's the one. For me, it's the one I'm always using. So for mod wise, it's going to have to be this. It's going to have to be the G Class V2. Tank wise, that's a toughie. Tank wise, it would be one of the Steamcrave tanks, one of the later Steamcrave tanks. Probably the Aromamizer. Probably the Aromamizer are the Aromamizer. Not the V3.
V3?
Yeah, with the V3. Because I use that up in the office all the time. I don't use it down here because it creates far too much vapor and the fucking fire alarms go off. So I use it up in the studio instead.
To be honest with you, I've always been exactly the same, which is if it works, I don't mind what I pick up.
It's just
And
anything.
as long as it works, and it's like this, like I showed earlier on, it's just coming from Samoan.
Yeah.
That's absolutely perfect. The V1, which the review's coming out for that, really, really nice little bit of a kit. And it's perfect. I use Nick salts, 20 milligram. So something like that is absolutely perfect. 3.5 mil tank in there. Really, really good vapor of it. The thing about this is it's not mouth to lung. It's a little bit more restricted,
Yeah.
direct to lung. So
Restrictive
something
DTL.
along these lines is pretty good.
Jane Dodd.
Jane, I was just about to say Jane. She would have a nightmare.
She would.
She would have she'd probably end up burning to death. Like
Trying
I'm
to
not even
save
talking.
everything.
Because she's got some beautiful mods in her cabinet. Like
To be honest with you, I don't think I'd be worrying about my vape. I've got enough trouble trying to get Louise out the window. You know what I mean? I've been trying to grab all the kids and everything.
Chucking the kids out. Woo.
See,
I
know
still
this is
think-
like off subject, right? But me and Louise used to have a great big argument about leaving the keys in the door. And she's like, don't leave the keys in the door because people can stick a coat hang around and take your keys and all this shit. And I'm like, well, if you turn it that way, they can't pull it out. And I'm like, if there's a fire, there's no point in hanging them up somewhere because there's all the smoke and I've then got to go and try and find that. Just leave them in the fucking door.
I totally agree.
That's what I do. I
totally
leave them
agree.
in the door.
Leave them in the door and just turn it all the way to the left because then they can't pull it out.
Yeah.
And locks and keys aren't like they used to be as well. Like that used to be one of them things. You know the old was it Yale lock? I can't remember what the fuck you called them. The ones where there were a long key and they had the prongs on the end.
Yeah.
The little prongs.
Dead
When they
lock.
were like that, they were dead loose.
Yeah, they
in,
were.
in the lock sometimes. So if you left them in and you couldn't actually, some of them you couldn't actually turn them too far. So you could actually flick them out with something by putting it through the letterbox. But
Nowadays,
now
it
with
just-
the barrel lock key, you cannot just pull that out.
Yeah, the
the thing
keys
with
like,
Louise though is if I
Morris
say
lock, that's
yeah,
the
the
one. I
keys
should
like
know. I'm a
that
fucking
basically.
joiner.
if I say it, then it's not right. But if you then explain it to her dad and her dad explains it to her, then it's right. So I have to wait for father-in-law to come round. I go, can you just explain to her about, yeah, he's right, you know. All right, I'll do it now.
See, you can half turn barrel lock keys. That's the thing. You can half turn them, and then they can't be moved
pull it out.
They can't be pulled out unless you could turn them and then pull them out. But I tell you now, it would be a fucking nightmare.
It would be.
You have to tell her dad everything. The conversation about anal were a bit hard, like, but. Just turn the key halfway around, it locks it in. No, it's not.
You want to get it in and spin halfway.
I hope she's not watching.
It'd be funny if it was.
Well, the last time she was watching it, were more like that.
If it slips out, don't put it back in too quick because you might miss it going the wrong wall.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, good questions, Connor Smith. Although you put the number 1 there, but you forgot to put number. I'm gonna pass by that. Oh, it's Mr. William Dobson next. Hi, William. How you doing? Fluff. Planet Shuffle. Age can't remember. So after the delivery, we now have plenty of room on the cargo hold of the Nexus class starship. So without delay, we are heading to the planet. What the Nasalars. Nasalars. Is it Nasalars or NASA? It's William. It's probably Nasalars. Thanks, William.
Nasal arse.
Nasal arse. That's what it looks like. Which is the galaxy's biggest off-license.
That's what the doctor told me I had yesterday.
What, a nasal arse?
Nasal. No, nas, nasal.
Louise just typed in, she heard every word.
Oops. I love you, sweetie.
So where were we again? We were at Nasalars, which is the galaxy's biggest off-license. The whole planet, basically, so you can imagine the piss-up that's going to happen. To all casters, the number 1 vape show, yes, you have all designed a mod each, but the name of the mod has to be made by a fellow... Oh, fuck. Right, so here it is. We've all made a mod, but somebody else in this panel has got to name the mod. This is going to be bad.
Well, obviously we know what type of mod I'm going to be doing. It's going to be a solar panel mod. Mm-hmm. With me tank that still nobody wants to take up, called the Push.
So what would be
that's a really good idea.
What would be name Aiden's mod?
I can't even say what I've just. She's listening. I'm sleeping in the shed.
You're sleeping in the shed, yes.
So same place as Grizz normally falls asleep.
Are you sleeping in my shed, Aiden?
Yeah. As long as he doesn't still smell of strumming, we're right.
No, that went. I managed to get rid of that a couple of weeks ago.
Is it still got a bit of vomity smell there?
No, there's still a bit of vomit on the floor down here. Like, I ain't quite caught with the mop. I keep going round that bit, see how long it lasts before it turns.
Dom Long, I love that name. The Sunbather.
I would name it the 70% ABV.
Okay.
That's what I would name it. 70% ABV. That way people will be asking what the fuck does 70% ABV mean whenever he tries to sell it.
It's true.
Fucking hell. This is hard, this. I want a decent name for it.
No, Scuba, the Meson hasn't arrived yet. It's because the way that Steam Crave do the postage, they do international postage that arrives in Stansted and then Royal Mail pick it up. With the amount of fucking strikes that Royal Mail have been doing recently, whatever sent via Royal Mail from Stansted, it takes fucking weeks to arrive now.
I tried to track it the other day, and it still hasn't even got to the UK.
Yeah, you can't. Royal Mail's a fucking disaster right now.
fucking hell name for it. I'd probably call it something like the foot stamper, because I reckon I reckon it'll have been a case of Aidan will got an email along with a load of other reviewers. Do you want to put some additions to this mod? He turned around and said solar panels. They said no, and he started stamping his fucking feet.
I want my solar panels.
I want me solar panels. What about you, Vic? What would you design?
See, I would take the tank off. The one thing that's been pissing me off lately is this, right? It's an old fucking tank. It's 17mm in diameter. They don't really make tanks like this anymore, but what pisses me off with this, right, is the fucking tank looks fucking tiny sitting there. I would make a side-by-side mod that's a lot thinner on this side here, so this tank sits flush with that. It would be a side-by-side mod I would make. If it wasn't going to be a dual battery with like a Yeehee chip in it, I'd probably go with a side-by-sider. That's what I would go with. Now you two have to name
it. Aiden's already got some in his head. He's got them eyes right.
I was thinking,
should I say it? Should I say it or should I not?
For some reason, I've got Mr. Magoo's vape kit in my head. For some reason.
like.
That's what. To be honest with you, if you ever invented a mod, you'd have to have like a screen like that.
It's a fucking huge screen with a tiny 510 at the top of it.
You know, you're going back to expos. I absolutely love it because sometimes when we're just sat there, I love it when he starts taking his bits out and all that, and then all of a sudden you have to look what he's got on his mod, and then it's like that.
It's like literally like that.
How can you see that close? Just like walking around with everything just strapped to his head.
It's the Fuchs dystrophy. If I'm trying to look at tiny lettering like this, it's got to be right up here because I haven't had the operation for about 2.5 years now.
I was going to say that, but you could tell. You know, when you've had the operation, you actually are a little bit further away.
Yeah,
but you can sort of like gauge when you're ready for your operation again.
It's closer and closer.
And also, don't ever have with Vic anything to do with voice activation.
No.
Who came out with that mod? What
I think it was one of the iJoy mods from what I remember.
iJoy, turn on.
Yeah, it was the one that looked like the Iron Man chest.
Yep, that one.
It was the one that looked like the Iron Man chest. I can't remember what it was called.
Just couldn't understand a word he was saying.
Was it not called the Avenger or something?
I think it might have been the Avenger, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure
it was one of
like
that line because it did look very Iron Man-esque the way it looked.
42-inch screen with a 510 connection.
That would work, William. That would work. The way my fucking eyes are right now.
iJoy Avenger, yeah, it was called the iJoy Avenger. Funny's just said there.
See, this is
Funny was there, and it was Mama Vapes as well.
It was Jules, that's right, yeah. Jules Mama Vapes. See, this is why I'm kind of lucky right now because there's the Meson coming in. That's going to be a fucking bastard. But the next rebuild, because I don't think I'm going to be getting the operation until the end of this year now. The next rebuildable review you see me do, skip to the table cam if you want a laugh because I am going to be fucking struggling. Royally fucking struggling to actually coil that thing. And that's why I'm kind of looking forward to the Meson coming in, but I'm not looking forward to reviewing it because I am fucking struggling.
The other thing as well is when he picked the mod up, instead of talking to it at the front of it, he had it all the way around.
I was talking to the back.
But you were talking to the back. iJoy, turn on. I don't understand. iJoy, it's the wrong way round, Vic. Turn it that way. It was brilliant. I actually let a little bit of wee out. It was that funny.
Talking straight up its asshole.
It was, yeah.
Voice-controlled mods were a big thing back then, and then all of a sudden they stopped doing them. I wonder why.
I think if I was going to name it, I would call it the giraffe, because I think that's what your mod always reminds me of. A fucking giraffe with a big fucking neck sticking up out the fucking top.
Oh, this fella?
Yeah. Like a fucking giraffe.
Either that or it looks like something you'd have at Harry Potter, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lumos.
Dumbledore's prober. Alley up.
See, I was thinking in doing that swamp thing, the big magnet, because I think Scuba uses them, the magnifiers that flip down. I was actually thinking of getting a set of them, see if they work.
God, can you imagine if you forgot to take it off as well, and then you start doing the review and he sees you two big eyes, he's going to look like a fucking vaping minion. Banana, Mixon.
Thinking of getting a set of them, see if they help what a swamp thing. I might end up, because there's a bunch of them on Amazon that are like a tenner. So I might pick one up and see if they work.
I have no idea what I would design, to be honest.
It'd be a mech.
It would have to be a mech, but what can you really do with mechs? To change them?
That's true, because but if they were going to do something, it's been done already, if you think about it.
It's all been done.
Well, what you could do is...
possibly try and make one that was pocket friendly.
You could sort of turn it into like Donny Spinners, couldn't you?
Well, like a fucking fidget spinner.
Yeah, like you flick it around and throw it up and catch it, and
Yeah.
Then drop it
Gonna
and
be
watch
great,
it turn
that,
into a
isn't it?
pipe bomb.
Yeah.
it's a bomb.
Be great for airsoft. Be great for airsoft. Spin it around and lob it in a room.
Well, we
What's
could
that
call it
room
as well. We
clear?
could call it Grizz's stick.
One thing I have always wanted was a fucking... Because obviously I go to airsoft quite often. Is something that would be able to take a shot from a BB.
Oh.
Tank-wise. Because I know there's mods that you could throw a brick at an Aegis and it wouldn't fucking break.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
tank-wise, I would like to make a tank. I know it was mods, but...
Well, there's been quite a number of them where they've had cages out.
Well, you had the
would take a shot from a BB gun.
You had the
proper
Aspire.
one.
The Aspire, not the Atlantis, that just came out, the Atlantis GT. That's got a cage round it, but you can still see the glass. But one of the old Aspire Nautiluses, one of the original ones, had a full metal, it was like a full metal tank section.
It was like a bell, wasn't it?
It was like a bell, and I'd reckon if you shot that with a BB gun, the BB would just bounce off it, because it was
another
metal.
one as well, I think, which were not far off. Was it from Geek Vape, the Z Maxis or something? That had a full cage over it, and there were only little bits.
Tiny little holes.
And then if you look at something like a K-Fun Square, that had the full metal bit, didn't it?
Yeah, it had the full metal sheath round the actual round the tank. Yeah.
Oh well, there you go. See, that's why I don't bother designing mods, because it's all already been done.
It's already been done.
That's been all over it as well. There we go. Name it. Just name my mod. What I've designed, name it.
I've already done it. Grizz's stick.
See, I was going to go down that road as well, but after he took it already. The fucking man.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Hold on. I've got one. FSMT. Fuck shit and monkey tits.
Yes.
There we go.
I love the Queen.
The FSMT.
I've got to change that, haven't I? I've got to change it. I love the King.
The thing about it is, I thought, because obviously you're into polls, I think you could have called it Grizz's poll.
Imagine trying to explain that.
So what do you do with Grizz's pole? Well, what you do is you put an 18650 in it and suck on the top.
Mate, it would be a 21700. Away. Give us
No,
a break. I've
no,
already only got one ball.
No, it'd be dual 26 stacked.
I would probably, if I'm honest, I'd probably go for a quad. Or at least, in fact, no, I would probably go for
Gary Outland.
triple battery series, me.
Ah, triple
Which
series.
I am going to pull me rule breaker out at some point. Want to get a build back in that.
So there we go, William. Good question as always. Darren Sharpless. This is a quick and easy one. Do you think RTAs and RDAs will start getting popular again? They are making an appearance. I've been noticing it. A few more companies are starting to bring out rebuildables. Not many, but there's been a slight increase of rebuildables coming out. I've noticed it.
I think, well, I said this last year and it never made any fucking difference. Before we went to Expo, I thought with the talk about everyone starting to get pissed off with disposables and all that kind of thing, I thought the companies would have started releasing new ideas, new mods, new kits, and all that kind of thing at Expo, which I was quite surprised they didn't.
Yeah.
But looking at what's happening now with the likes of Elf Bar getting pulled, which I know it's a rectifiable thing. That they can send a new batch out with the correct amount of nicotine in, the correct size of pod, to comply with TPD, and stuff like that. But I do think I'm quite surprised that all these companies haven't started to get kind of itchy feet on ideas and stuff like that and start banging them out just in case.
Well, there was the whole fucking craze that went on with borrow tanks, which is still going on right now. But there's a couple of RTAs, when the Meson being one of them, but there's a couple of RTAs that I know about, that Vandy Vape's producing one that's going to be released in about 2 months from what I've been seeing. There's been chatter in the background of Geek Vape expanding back out again, because they were supposed to do this at the end of last year, re-release an updated version of the Griffin, but they never done it. But they're now doing it this year, so it's going to be a slow process. But rebuildables, they are coming back, but it's going to be a very slow process.
Mike's just said there, it won't be long before mechs explode to the market again. We don't fucking need that happening, because they'll be exploding straight back out of the fucker.
I'll tell you what, that is exactly the wording you need on your marketing, isn't it?
Fucking hell.
Fucking hell.
So there we go.
For sure, it's exploded on your screen. Boom, that's what you need.
So I've got one last question, then we'll do the Boxaway, which I forgot to drag out.
What? We actually got one this week?
Yeah, we've got one this week. Yeah,
Woo!
It's just stuff that a little package.
That means you're going to keep all the reviewers till the end.
Yeah, a little package came in from Geek Vape. It took them long enough. Again, it was Royal Mail's fault. That's how it fucking arrived really slow. This is a rather long one from Yanni Overvault, Norse, Planet Valhall, age 900 years. I'm at Norse, hold on, start this again. In the Great Hall of the All-Father, we've been smoking the best quality tobacco grown by the All-Father himself. I don't know where this is going. However, oh, here we go. However, I've heard that you, the children of Midgard, have taken a liking to this dew or vape. You use some sort of device to smoke the tobacco. You're not smoking the tobacco, you're vaping the liquid, right? But it always smells lovely. All right, this is where it's leading to. What does it taste like? Favourite tastes. In other words, what's your favourite flavour profiles? With a big story before it. There we go.
Do you know what I like as well when he starts reading it and then he goes, oh, this is where it's going.
Yeah, that's usually the aim of a book.
Yeah, but he doesn't actually tell you the bits in between it, does he?
Yeah.
He's like a fucked up Jackanory.
Oh,
I bet he loves
Jack
Quentin Tarantino. I bet he fucking loves Quentin Tarantino.
But he keeps going back, doesn't he? It's a bit like Quantino. Yeah, he'll take you right to the end, but then takes you back.
Yeah.
Instead of killing Bill, he's killing Phil.
Yeah. Fucking right.
Or Bill and Kill.
Yeah.
So,
oh, now I know what he's on about.
Favourite flavour profiles. That's a good one.
I've always been like a menthol or a sort of berries. I'm more fruits.
Well,
I do like my Rochford jam, but again, it's
Fruity bastard. Fruity bastard.
I am a fruit. You know that, mate. You should see the size of my nipples. I'm always into that sort of like fruity stuff, menthols. Now and again, like I said, Rochford Project, Lemon Lush, or a jam. But yeah, mine's more menthols and berries.
You love spearmint for a long time as well.
Can't get a decent one.
Yeah,
if I could
you can't get
get
them,
Moko Yatsu Bolt, even Jay, right? I've got a bottle over here of like unnamed. He made me a mint juice, but it's more of a Murray mint.
Oh, like kind of buttery flavour in the background.
Yeah, it's really really nice. And I'll tell you what, how well steeped it is. I've only had like a little bit out of it.
Oh, I like it. I like a good fucking muddy mint flavour liquid. There's not a lot of companies that can do it right
But
now.
this is how well steeped it is.
Holy crap. Oh yeah, that's steeped. That is definitely steeped. Mr. Cap of the Flatness. How you doing, guys? So favourite flavour profiles, Grizz?
I'm more a dessert flavour. I love a good custard. One of my favourite juices that I've ever had was Boule Bolu.
I've tried that. Yeah.
From Coil Turd. I loved that. That was like a banana pound cake, I think it was.
The cake-based flavour was fucking phenomenal in that juice.
Yeah, so was the banana. The banana was really subtle as well. I'm not a great lover of banana juices. I love Mont Blanc from Shy Tots.
Haven't tried
It's
that.
an epic juice. I can't remember what the flavour profile is on it, to be honest. But I know it's a desserty flavour. Then I think is it bourbon cream or something. Something like that anyway. And obviously I love my lemons. Lemon meringue. I love lemon meringue. I love lemon lush. But for desserts, I would always probably go Jane Shy Tots.
Yeah.
She always gets them bang on.
Well, she has an award-winning juice company.
And I obviously love Grizz Jizz.
Grizz Jizz. Yeah.
Which is a custard, funnily enough.
For me, if it's mouth to lung, I always mouth to lung a naturally extracted tobacco, even before NET prices came down to where they are now. I was usually vaping an artificial tobacco from Decang or Hang Seng, so I've got Nicotiana wild tobacco extracted in this. So mouth to lung, it's always tobacco for me. DTL, custards or fruits, or a mix of both custards and fruits. That's where I usually go. That's where I usually go when I'm doing direct to lung. So it's like obviously peach custard in this, and I've got Rochford Project's Cassia Andorra in this right now, but I've usually got black vine in it. Kind of the berry type fruit flavours, that's where I usually like to settle into. Berry type flavours. If it's not that, I'm usually vaping a custard. Usually a custard. And that was the casters' questions. We actually finished in time because there wasn't that many of them. You two banter away amongst yourselves. I need to drag out shit to...
So where could we get these custards from?
Boxaway. They can get them at Exceptional Vapes. Straight in there, Aidan. Straight in there.
Mate, we should have some sort of discount. You have to set it up a discount code.
Yeah, I'm chatting with Carl about that for a discount code for the show. Right, what we're gonna
I think your fellow casters should get some to try as well, to be honest.
That's an idea, actually.
Oh, is it?
I'll have a word with Carl.
I can't say that name. Can you?
What name?
Mai Krishan from Romania.
I'm not even going to attempt that because I'll butcher it.
Krishan, nice to see you. Hope you're all good.
I'm sure that S with the little squiggly thing underneath, so like a sh. I'm sure it is.
All the way from Romania.
Why?
So, ladies and gentlemen, how many thumbs have we got, Grizz?
We have 59. Come on, guys. There's 148 watching. Get some thumbs up smashed in there.
140 people watching.
At least 100.
Let's get these thumbsy working as well, ladies and gentlemen. If you've not joined the Facebook page, make sure you get yourself over to the group. Get yourself involved.
Get yourself involved
for next week as well. When once the casters' questions go up, hopefully Adam will be back after his birthday dogging.
Yeah. Yeah, he's out with his cat mask on.
Yeah.
He sent us a picture earlier on, didn't he? He looks amazing.
I think he's gonna have a really good night.
Really looks like he's done it before.
Yeah. You can just see how the ball sat. Nice. Yeah. No, I've missed Adam. So what are we at now? Are we getting these thumbs up?
We're at 81.
Ooh,
100 in before we do this Boxaway.
What's actually in this Boxaway?
I'll tell you right now.
He hasn't even found it yet.
Yeah,
He just said, "What's the banter away?"
I'll tell you what, I've got to admit, he's doing a lot better than what he normally does, because normally he's like searching under the desk and. I remember, like, for so many weeks, he had a torch.
Yeah,
every now and again, you just seen his feet flailing about, didn't you?
So up for grabs from our wonderful sponsors over at Geek Vape. What one's this? Is it the Mini? Yeah, it's the older Mini. So we've got the Geek Vape Aegis Mini full kit.
Really good.
Yeah.
There we go. We also have, although it's in a fetching rainbow colour, we've got the Z-Tank Max.
Really good.
From our other wonderful sponsors over at the Rochford Project, we've got some Cassian Dora Cream. God, it's fucking gorgeous juice, this.
It's lovely.
Yeah,
and just to show that I'm not vaping all the stock, a bottle of Black Vine.
Woo!
Yeah, because he gave
Just
me
to show he's not
concentrate.
vaping all the stock. That's the only bottle he's got, guys.
And just imagine him holding up a pack of Chico's coils because, again, I've left them at the fucking studio because I'm an idiot.
Mine's down there, but I'm not getting them.
Yeah, I've got a packet of Chico's coils. And also, it'll be a random pod tank and a random pod kit from UL because they sent a warehouse over as a Christmas present. Thanks, UL. So,
That must have been a fucking nightmare getting that in through the door.
they
Especially
sent
them
it was
sliding
something
doors.
like...
I know.
They sent, I know what they were trying to do, but they sent it via Royal Mail, and at that point in time, you were not going to get the post in time. And it arrived, they posted it midway through December. It didn't arrive at the office until the third week of January, and I think I knew what they were trying to do, because in one box, it was like 50 Christmas cards with UL branding on the front. And then there was another 4 boxes on top of that with something like 40 UL age loss pod tanks and 45 UL Caliburn pods. And I think what they were saying is package them up and give them away as Christmas presents. The thing is, by the time it arrived, it was too fucking late. So I sent an email back and said, look, here's what I'll do. I'll pop them in the Boxaway along with the Geek Vape stuff. And they went, oh, that's fine. So that's what I'm doing. Just drop it, Vic. What the fuck? So I need to get Nightbot running. That would help.
Are we up to 100 yet?
87. Come on, 13 to go. Quick maths. See that?
Yeah. Just don't smoke trees.
Come on, 89. Come on, let's have another 11. 155 watching, man. There's more watching than there was when I mentioned it. Let's get them likes in.
Ben M says he's impressed.
Is he?
Yeah, did you see how quick I did that?
And you're a joiner as
I'd
well.
have
aren't
done
you?
really well on my SATs, me now. Tell ya.
Did you ever meet Mary?
No? Was she good?
Well, she didn't. No, not that good. She had a burning bush.
Them burning lines.
She did. And apparently she was off a nut as well. She saw this angel come down.
Nightmare.
That must be. That's the first Jeremy Kyle show ever.
It was definitely an affair, that wasn't
Of course it was.
it? What a fucking cop-out that was, though. And how she got away with it. Fucking hell.
She didn't half write a story. Well, in fact, she did about 3 or 4 books.
95, 5 left to go. Come on, people.
Give
Well,
it a thumbs up.
setting it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you do wish Adam a happy birthday. I know it's nearly over and done with.
Yeah, big arts for Adam.
Yeah, he's not had a great week or so. So yeah, make sure you send him a little love. And he should be back next week. How many are we at now?
100, there we go. We've hit the 100.
Well done,
There we
people.
Don't forget, we can still do more, though.
Yeah, keep hitting the thumbs up, folks. So, the keyword for today's Boxaway is that. Bye-bye, Nicky. One word, no spaces.
Oh, I had to get it in there.
Fucking right.
I'm not being funny though. She's probably one of the most ugliest people I've ever seen.
Oh,
I really don't mean to be horrible either. Who cuts her hair?
Yeah, it's those hairstyles. She looks as it looks as if. See, if it was the 1980s, fine, but not now. No.
It looks like she's got Lego hair.
make sure you remember, people, it is case sensitive when you put your thing in it. It is case sensitive, isn't it, Vic?
I think it is.
Yeah, I'm sure it's case sensitive, so make sure you do it like all lowercase. I've seen a few people come in with a capital B at the beginning, and I'm not 100% if that will work.
And that'll be because they're doing it off the phone.
Yeah.
Right, automatic fucking capital at the beginning. That's why I fucking hate typing in phones. And not just that, I need to do fucking that when I'm looking at them.
Boner.
What?
Mark A said he'd probably boner.
Jesus.
Well, believe me, you wouldn't have to think about old tight rides to stop you from finishing, would you really? Jesus. And I tell you what, she's got the sort of like charisma of a dead wasp.
She's got the charisma of Margaret Thatcher. I'm going to be brutally honest here. Especially over the last couple of years, she's been very snarky in public. Very fucking snarky. What I'm worried about is who the hell is going to replace her.
I tell you what, she'd be a very good mother-in-law. Wouldn't she? She's got that mother-in-law-esque.
William? It depends who replaces her, William. If it's more of a moderate lefty, I might become a member of the SNP again.
So, obviously, he left the Parliament. What's his name? Obviously, he's Scottish. He left the Parliament about a month ago.
Who?
He was the representative for Scotland.
Oh, it was Angus something.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd become
Scottish
the leader.
name, that is. It's
Yeah.
a proper Scottish name, Angus.
I don't think he'd become the leader. It'd be somebody a lot younger.
Benham, it's certainly a challenging wank.
It would be. It would really be.
Ben! What the fuck?
Can you imagine as well, like, her husband's
I
like,
think
"Why
it'd
are
be
you
one of
shaking
them
your
ones
hand?"
where you cried at the end as well.
Yeah.
Get emotional.
And then carried on building your thingy Falcon. Oh, I knew I should have got stickle bricks.
Stickle bricks, oh my god, stickle bricks. I loved stickle bricks when I was a kid.
The kids, I do miss Daniel being that certain age, you know, like where he did have like Lego and stuff. I've built the house.
I loved getting Lego for the kids for Christmas. I loved it. And they weren't allowed to build anything.
Not until you're there.
No, they weren't allowed to touch it.
Well, you're going to lose some bits.
I used to give them the little people to build. And I built the, like, whatever it was, part of the Hogwarts castle or whatever, and I would build that. Had to go together, right? They tried to put a bit on, they like got the hands slapped.
You imagine the story afterwards, you know, when they tell their kids, you know, we used to have loads of Lego when I was a kid, but my dad just didn't let me build it.
Or touch it, ever.
Yeah. Once it was built, we couldn't even take it apart again. And where did he keep it? Not in a bedroom, it was in a shed. Next to his
there's a
next to
cupboard
his sick and
upstairs
his
with them
3D
all on the
printer.
shelves. That's still there.
So, what are we about? Ready to roll it? Has everybody stopped? Or
Still a few people going in. I'll leave it for another minute or so for the people that are just waking up. See, there's G-Max.
Ian Blackford.
See what I mean? Ian Blackford, that was him. Mousy little prick. Otherwise, I couldn't fucking stand him when he stood up in Parliament. I think the Tory party, meh, Scottish independence, and he sat down. He never actually said anything worthwhile.
No, I didn't know.
They need somebody that's a good orator. Somebody
I
that can...
love the way Vic gets so passionate about this shit. He's proper. Honestly, I reckon, right, if when Ian Blackford was mentioned there, if Vic was sat next to him, he'd have tore his fucking head off.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even joking.
Can't
You
fucking
little
stand him.
bastard. Nuggies.
To be honest with you, anybody who stands up in Westminster don't know what the fuck you're talking about anyway. The whole lot of every single MP could not do a proper piss up in a brewery.
Used to be in the old days that the people that went into the people that represented you in Parliament were usually chosen by the said party in that region because they were a worker or a labourer or they were a doctor. See, now you've got a thing called professional politicians. They've never worked a day in their life, literally. They go to university to study politics. No, they go to college to study media. They go to university to study politics, and immediately they go straight into politics without actually doing anything in the real world.
No, they're there with their silver spoon, and they
Yeah.
haven't got they haven't got the feel of what actually is happening on the streets.
They don't have a clue what's going on in the ground.
And then if you do say anything, it's then put to that you're a racist, or you're a far right, or you're far left, or
Yeah.
you're this, you're that. It's just stupid. They're not getting the actual problems in this country. They're not
Nah.
getting the problems sorted.
They're not.
Sam M wants Ramsay Nesbitt.
Oh, he would be funny as the Prime
Oh,
Minister
it'd be
or the
brilliant.
First Minister.
Yeah, baby doll.
Let me tell you this, boy.
I'll tell you this, Bob.
Right, let's
Everybody
roll
get free
this.
iron brew.
We have got 79 eligible users who have entered. So let's roll it. Mr. William Dobson.
Oh, nice one, mate.
Oh, that's ace.
One of the
Always
regulars.
gets involved in the questions and all that kind of thing.
That
Yeah, that's
question,
really
but I
nice,
need
that.
to ask it. So, Mr. William Dobson, do you want it?
I like how he's dancing with it.
Yeah, Jack and Victor. That'll do me. Oh, of course he wants it. So, now, I think he's in chat. Stuart.
He has this just said there. Oh, Stuart.
Oh, we're waiting for the link ninja.
There he is.
There he is.
Right
He's
on
there.
time. What you need to do, William, is, well, you know what you need to do there. Stuart's typed it in there. Email me,
To
victor@vapingvic.co.uk.
save Victor one finger typing his email address. I've just noticed he's right about that. It's class that.
It will get there sometime this year because unfortunately I'm posting via Royal Mail because it's cheap.
We'll see you in June.
Yeah, you'll probably see it in June or something. Need to talk about overtime race. Cheers, Stuart.
As long as because he can use two fingers.
So there we go, folks. Should we wrap this up?
Can do.
I think it's that time.
Time for what?
Wrapping it up.
All right. Oh, hold on. Let's have a look at the poll. Let's have a look at the poll.
What fucking time does he think it is? Eco time. What the fuck?
I haven't had enough
You can
tea.
get delirious if you take life too serious. It's Chico time.
Chico time.
So there's the poll. The poll's ended. No 67. Yes has went up. It's now 19% with 13% saying probably maybe 190 votes in the poll. So there is a few more people that decided to go. We'll keep running this poll at the beginning. We'll run another one at the beginning of next month and then the beginning of April. See if that yes goes up or down. Anyway, who are we going to pick on first? We'll pick an Aiden.
Thank you. It's really nice. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for Spanners for keeping us nice and safe. It is the UK #1 vape show. Thank you very much for joining us. Make sure you join 3 Men in a Vape Show on Wednesday, where I'm sure there's going to be some more banter with Mr. B and the one and only Soliomi. Big love to you all. Thank you so much for joining us. And happy birthday to Adam. And hopefully he'll be back next week. Look after yourselves. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Mr. Sean Grizz.
Yep, same as Aidan said. Thank you very much to Spanners for keeping us safe. And thank you very much for everyone in chat. You've been awesome. Thank you for everyone that got involved in Caster's questions as well. What's up with your wrist, mate?
I was making sure we're leaving on Monday.
Still got wanker's cramp, son. Still got that wanker's cramp. Doctor said it'd be off in a couple of days. You can get back on it. Yeah, where was it? Yeah, make sure you come along and watch the Misfits on Sunday. I was off on Sunday because I wasn't very well. Funnily enough, my eyes were cabbaged. You're seeing the picture, the proof. I wasn't just skiving somewhere. And also, I will be back on my Twitch channel next week. I am going to leave the rest of the week off there just to kind of settle myself down. But yeah, always remember, people, fuck shit and monkey tits.
I love the Queen.
I love the Queen.
I was going to be king now.
I still do. No, it's still the Queen.
Still the
I
Queen.
love the Queen.
And that
Don't
was...
get me onto this one, mate.
no, that
It's like you
was...
with politics.
That was... what episode was this again? I can't fucking remember now. That was... Where the fuck's my screen, mate?
336, mate.
There we go.
336.
That was episode 336 of the UK Vape Show. Big thanks to Grizz. Big thanks to Mr. Aiden, of course. Happy birthday, Adam. Not that there's much left of it, but I hope we'll see you back next week. Big thanks to all the spanners in chat for playing whack-a-mole with any trolls that come in. Massive thanks to all the viewers that have viewed this episode, and we will see you, of course, back here next week. That's it from us. Bye!